Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Advanced Wars Days of Ruin Tiny Wars replay. Spawn on the right side as the blue Judy, got BusterBeachside. Spawn on the left side as the red Cyrus, got Show, or haven't pronounced that. It's probably, I have no idea to pronounce it. Cyrus, of course, is technically a custom CO, even though he's not technically also original character in the game. Standard boarding cost, standard radius, standard expansion, standard max energy. Has a relatively weaker plus 15 for all units. Nice, small, weak, but powerful CO. And its CO power is cost standard energy. And reverse your CO unit to unlevel 7, so unload CO. You're allowed to reload your CO to any unit on the field with no boarding costs. And also you fire a weak missile silo. Judy, of course, is a fully custom CO, has reduced boarding cost of 30%, 3 radius, no expansion, no energy. She's solely a midday passive CO. Gets plus 20% offense, plus 10% defense, and you get 30% salvage. Either way, let's go ahead and get started. This map is a 3-base map, 1 airport, so gonna be a lot of infantry with occasional battlecopters. Both players pull out infantry, how damning. It's also a bit of a strong side, weak side mechanic, more or less. Got 2 bases here versus 1 base. Airports can go put air battlecopters in any direction. While it is on the weak side, doesn't necessarily mean it will be always the weak side. And of course I get a spam bot on Twitch. Just give me a moment to purge the bot. I swear, I don't get like spam bots lately on Twitch. Got the first bike to now deployed in the field. Bike, and infantry. This map does offer a decent amount of force, as well as properties. Usually these 2 properties are probably the most contested on the field, but this one and this counterpart one can be quite contested sometimes. Well, it seems like these 2 properties stayed neutral long enough, for me, at least. Infantry, and mech there, so it has to pull out mech. Bike, and infantry. And looks like red does manage to go rush forward in the center of the map to capture those properties, skipping some of these properties on the way. So, bit of investment trying to rush the center properties, but these ones can be hard to capture sometimes. But in this case, capturing them now means you have to worry about defending rather than trying to stop or to capture them. A little bit interrupt there, and maybe interrupting further. We'll have to be fully wiped out in the next turn to stop it from being captured any further. One way to help save at least 1 health, this infantry unit could charge its way forward and put a shot into other ones that may result in being still alive. We do now have a flare here. Flares are disturbingly effective, honestly. Even though it's not a fog war map, flares are incredibly powerful. They have a very powerful machine gun, stronger than recons. And we got a medium tank there. So it looks like it's going to be a CO medium tank. So skips tank, goes flare into medium tank. On the weak side, of course. And it looks like this property will be captured as well. So red's trying to make some power plays. We'll capture these contestable properties. Artillery, bike, and recon. Of course, got a command tank there. Not big surprise. Judy's, of course, a salvo CO. Doesn't really matter what she gets loaded on up. A reasonable tank is like a good middle ground for her to be loaded into. offer good firepower. She's able to obtain her own salvage, but of course her aura is large enough to support other units obtaining salvage. Judy right now has 19,000 versus 18,000. She's been maintaining pretty good income lead, but she's also not charged towards the center of the map. Now trying to contest this point there. The counterpart one is already captured by her opponent. Takes the bike there, puts her ground there. There is a mech to spot out the medium tank. Takes the bike there. The recon should be able to take it out next turn. Actually, no, there's a river there, so this unit is in the way. Recon pushing up north, getting some damage. Battlecopter, anti-air infantry, mech. So both players now have a battlecopter in the field. And I think as well, Judy can push forward, get a shot on the medium tank. It will go okay, not great, so probably not a good idea to do that. Especially with the mech nearby, so yep, don't do that. And does not interrupt the capture there. Pulls back the tank a little bit there, lacking a bit of fire support deal from the medium tank. Battlecopter is somewhat close by now. Tank, bike. Now capturing up the properties up north. Both players are 21,000. Battlecopter straight forward as well, so right now red has a good amount of rocket. Don't know if a rocket's a good idea. This is the weak side. Maybe we're going to try to put the rocket on top of the bridge there to provide a good fire support position. Takes out the meteorite there, which allows the opening up here. And remember, the HQ is on the weak side, so it can be directly assaulted. And blue's heading up, migrating up north, eyeing to go towards the HQ. So mostly just infantry right now, lacking a serious amount of fire support. Got a lot of serious firepower here. Also lacking a bit of infantry support there. I don't know how this will go. Judy right now has 30 units versus 22. Valley is was at 74 versus 101, so Judy has quite a bit of value advantage because she had better income throughout the game. Of course, salvage is always quite nice. Strikes Judy's command tank there. There's the bike there. Nothing to really engage the anti-air at this moment. Battlecopter could charge forward and get striking the command tank or onto the battlecopter there, but there's nothing to engage both the battlecopter and the anti-air. The command tank could get a shot there on the anti-air, but won't go great. So it's not looking great for Judy up here. She may just need to fall back in this region. Oops. Trying to put some properties there. Has some tanks up forward up north now. Does get a good strike there on the tank. Puts a round into the anti-air. So the battlecopter will likely be struck by the battlecopter next turn or by the anti-air, and the tank, the command tank will go on down. Yeah, probably anti-air to battlecopter. Battlecopter to tank or maybe to artillery. And then the rocket strikes out that unit there. Ooh, had enough for the power. I did not see that coming. I wasn't paying attention up there. Had enough of the CO power. Launched the missile up here to wound the tanks there. Not super powerful CO power, but probably will wait, load himself up with this next medium tank. Oh no, load himself up into the battlecopter. Because since there's not enough anti-air in the region, he's going to get free reign there. And picks off a number of units down south. So we do have a tank and recon here, but I've got some mechs to stop those. This property will be flipped next turn, and blue can start trying to flip some central properties. Anti-air, medium tank, and artillery. A very good number of medium tanks being thought of by Cyrus. Looks like Judy does go ahead and withdraw out of the region a little bit. We're now at 87,000 versus 105, so it is largely even out, just back down to day-to-day differences. My brain had an error of thinking the CO wearing red was the Red Army. Sorry. Sometimes my mind just goes to color, sometimes it goes to the CO. It's also technically orange. Oh, but also you probably were thinking Red Army as in Chinese, perhaps. Yeah, my mind can be a bit stupid as well, because I have trouble understanding sometimes what people are talking about. The bike's not going to capture the property just yet, because it'll just be hit by the infantry unit there, and by the mech. Right now, Cyrus has 0 energy at the moment. Artillery with the rocket is a good defensive position. This spot there is basically meant for the rocket to help lock down, protect the flank on the weak side. Blair strikes the battlecopter, puts some infantry rounds into it. Battlecopter's just getting hit by multiple flanks. Medium tank pushes way forward, and the T-copter now blocking one of the possible angle for the 2 mechs to engage, or the 2 tanks to engage it. So far, it feels like Cyrus is in ever good position. Anti-tank now followed by Cyrus on the weak side, tank infantry. Looks like Judy's going to try a front switch, also a bit of bait there. And maybe a good idea for this tank just to charge forward and this medium tank just get some damage onto it. Probably a good idea to actually make that attack. Put some damage into that medium tank, making it a lot less scary. Right, because the small sprite size, my eyes are registered more red than orange. I think this is red rather than orange. Here's the thing as well. In the original Advance Wars, Super Famicom Wars, it was Red Star, Blue Moon, Green Earth, and Yellow Comet. But I'm pretty sure they decided to not, the following Advance Wars, make it Red or Red Star because of, well, Red Star. Do I really need to explain that? Especially when Red Star or Orange Star is supposed to be more like US focused, like equipment. Blue Moon's supposed to be more Russian focused equipment. Green Earth is more German, though also a lot of English and British in there. And Yellow Comet's supposed to be Japanese in their designs. After all, the original COs, when it comes to Green Earth, you got Drake and Eagle. Eagle, I think, is supposed to be German, more Luftwaffe German. And Drake is, of course, just straight up English and British because he literally summons rain and being Navy. That's just straight up British, if I've ever heard anything British. Summons rain to really bring in the English weather. Get some good damage down south and north. Judy's getting some great engagement so far, holding a little bit of advantage, the salvage being very useful. Can't say that for sure. I don't think Grim... I wouldn't associate Grim with Wario. No longer Orange Star as a reboot? Is this back to red? Not sure. Never played Reboot. I don't actually own the Switch. A lot of games I had an eye on the Switch, but just never bought one. If I was going to buy anything Switch, it was probably for Shin Megami Tensei 5. Great missile strike there, damaging the entire formation. And looks like reloads himself up to medium tank up there. And tank for 4, get some damage there. Of course, Blue still has quite a bit of army there. Oh, Yellow Comet. Wait, is it no longer Yellow Comet? What is it now? Good strike there. Should probably try to push the CO unit first to get a bit of salvage going. But hitting that command tank, of course there's a global +15 now active. Gets a bit of a salvage strike there. Tank anti-air. Right now, Judy ends turn for 134, Cyrus starts turn 139, so pretty even, but now of course Cyrus turns and the front lines are smashed into each other. Anti-tank can probably get a good strike on one of the battle copters. Pulls back his command tank a little bit there, just get a bit of health going. Lots of good small picks there, getting 36 into there, and oh, I didn't really realize he went for a full fighter. Really wants those battle copters dead. Judy only has the one anti-air on the field, so the fighter will have free reign. Why did they rename it the Gold Comet? Is it because of the stereotype of Japanese or calling Asians yellow skin? Is that literally it? It's a Japanese game. Good strike there. Let's strike the battle. Of course, DEI always creeping everything. It was literally just supposed to be like the 4 common colors: red, orange, or red, blue, green, and yellow. And of course, they had to rename Red Star, which somewhat makes sense because Red Star also being played by the more US focus design, which doesn't make any sense. Good strikes there. Fighter strikes the battlecopter. Oh, Cyrus has enough for another superpower. Good strikes there. Anti-air puts around the recon. Judy's taking quite a bit of losses at the moment. She does not have her command vehicle on the field for. We'll go for another command tank, or maybe go for battle copter. Maybe a good idea to go put the CO unit inside the tank there so it can push forward by the aura benefits of this region. Excuse me. And does manage to take out the medium tank there with a flanking bike. Very nice. Takes out the artillery piece there. Nice little breakthrough. Good shot there on the tank. It's the anti-air. A lot of good victories down south for blue. Really has started to smash through that region. Started to push behind the cap as many props as possible. Of course, we still got the fight in the region. The last remaining battlecopter is in range of the anti-air, but also, if you look here, the fighter's fully surrounded. And this can't escape up here, but a 3 health infantry unit there can easily be broken through by the 6 health infantry unit there, so it can easily be set free. Recon or AP rig and infantry with a war tank. So we've got multiple war tanks now put up by Cyrus, has 3 of them in the field. Now that means the rock is still alive with 1 ammo remaining, so that rock has been doing quite well for itself. If it's the best way to tell if the artillery piece is doing good or any sort of indirect is doing good is how much ammo does it have left. If it's almost out, it's done a good job. It's also max vetted, so it definitely got at least 3 kills. Blue's actually pulling back maybe a little bit too much there. Probably worried about the war tank. Mech, artillery, battlecopter, bike. More tank, anti-tank pusher forward. There's a lot of heavy armor here. We got a CO loaded medium tank on the field, but this is a threat. Yep, the flare did do quite well. Nope, the flare lives, but it's also surrounded, at least from this side. Can't cross the river though. Maybe we'll take the opportunity to fjord the river and die like in Oregon Trail. You know, I actually haven't played Oregon Trail in years. Last time I played Oregon Trail was when, not kindergarten, elementary school. You know, Rocket, it looks like Blue largely pulled back out of this region because all this heavy asset there, I understand. And now Red's advances way forward. Good strike there onto the rockets. The flare is alive and could have escaped, or not really. Command tank does strike the medium tank. Blue's gonna get some good salvage there. Takes out the rocket there. That's gonna be a lot of salvage. The rocket here is a bit wounded. Artillery piece can strike the medium, regular tank there. Might as well. Rocket does pull back. Now the base lock pulls back the unit there. Allows him to kill off that wounded unit. Lots of good strikes here. Takes the flare, hits the mech. Strikes the mech there. Blue's doing great, quite good over here. The problem is that war tank still exists. This is the shore tile, so this mech can't reach the artillery, but it's just full health artillery. Anti-tank to help stabilize the region. But now this war tank's going, medium tank's going to get struck by multiple war tanks, gets knocked out there. May just CO the war anti-tank up here. This tank's down to 1 ammo as well. Maybe we're gonna have the mechs to fire onto the war tank. One on top of the mountain, one from the plains. And of course, we got a bomber here. Battlecopter mech. Looks like a bit of mech spam to stabilize the region. Takes out the infantry in there with the mech. Artillery strikes back there. Does not CO the anti-tank. May need to go for another anti-tank here. Strike down the war tank. War tank is surrounded, at least from this side. Now I'll escape out through the path by the infantry. Good strike there on the anti-tank. Put it down to 5 health. Bomber's advancing. Gets 1 kill on the infantry unit there. Duster strikes the battlecopter. Duster, mech, bike. A lot of good kills here, but got a good number of mechs, and a lot of the bikes there are quite wounded. Picks up the Duster. COs the anti-tank up north. Gets some salvage on the rig. Intake pod should move right there, but it's not. Duster by anti-air. Maybe a little bit too many anti-airs, but pod trying to hit that bomber. It is a lot of tanks in the field. 115,000 for 120, so still pretty even. So good hits there by those mechs. And just got more mechs. Battlecopter comes for a nice little flank. There's no anti-air to stop it. Duster needs to make his way over here as soon as he can. Got now CO loaded Duster. And starting to pick up a lot of center units there. And maybe start trying to flip some of these properties in the center as well. Red's also trying to flip this property there. Got also a artillery piece there. Yeah, oh yeah. Couple heroes too, Kubelwagens. Sometimes they do amazing, sometimes, like most times, they just die. Usually to an anti-tank. Mech does get a strike there. The problem is now, with just a mech spam, so actually mech spam is always quite effective, and you just need those who know the Duster, so Duster's aura could counter mech spams. At least something for each of there. Oh, what blew up? Duster strikes Duster, very nice. Of course, got Duster here to hit the Duster. And a very powerful flank there, annihilating Blue's southern flank. And the mechs are pushing up forward to capture properties as well. This was a deadly flank there. This may win Red the game, this flank. Because now the mechs can just capture the property. Take a bit of time. Oh, T-Copter ran dry, that's what it was. Sometimes this map can be quite large, and I've been having autoplay on because I feel like autoplay is just quite handy. Because also as well, if I were to mainly do hit next play, you hear clicking sound every single time, and I'm pretty sure there's not anything to mute this specific clicking sound. And I don't like that clicking sound. Tank artillery. The bombers took a hit there, got a command tank now. Right now we've got 24,000 versus 24,000. Both sides have captured properties on their opponent's side of the map. We got a number of bikes now. Anti-air, T-Copter, infantry. Takes out the bomber there. Duster strikes the battlecopter, and there's well. Tank pushing down south to engage. Got a war tank with 1 hour remaining. Of course, got the rig here to help resupply to give enough time. Mech's now pushing way forward there. Battlecopter, artillery, mech. Mech. Just reposition forces. Got decent amount of artillery here. Maybe artillery on top of this bridge wouldn't be half bad. Artillery, battlecopter, infantry. And take push way forward. Good shot there onto these units. Dusters could have been a bit more aggressive and strike some of these units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So probably gonna strafe that infantry unit there. Don't think there's anything nearby to threaten it. But probably just want to keep the artillery safe from the tanks. That's probably why the position was right there. Command tank now range artillery, but it'll be a 4 health artillery. And here gets hit there. this war tank is out of ammo, and the rig is way down south, so the war tank will need to move down here so the rig can meet up with it. Let's also load up with a unit. Bomber, rig, base skip, base skip. Mech does strike the war tank. Good hit there. Oh, the war tank is on city for resupply. Good catch there. It's somewhat hard to see because this covers up the entire tile pretty much. My bad. So it's now at full resupply. It does get 2% health healed up, as well as get refueled while at it. And looks like Cyrus pushed forward, 44 energy. Make that 48 energy. Here, tank battle copter. Good strike there. Picks up the tank. Artillery strike there. Does get a good strike there on the mech. Inkthink spends a turn to get out 1 health mech. Maybe not the greatest spot there. It's relatively slow in units, so maybe push forward would have been a little bit better. Either way, right now has 119, make that 135 versus 160, so only about a turn behind at the moment. Cyrus may get his superpower this turn, though he did actually get knocked out that turn, never mind. Mech does get on a good spot to just block progress, but the artillery can take it out. I'm also a little bit tired right now. That's definitely my last replay tonight. Having trouble focusing right now, but does get some infantry push forward. Cyrus making very good gains down south, has a lot of artillery, tanks, of course a war tank a little bit lagging behind. And for some properties, Cyrus had 27,000 versus 21,000, so has a sizable income lead as well. Judy could strike off the HQ, but she's a little bit far away. HQ, of course, is occupied by a veteran tank. Great battle copter strikes there. We have an anti-air nearby to shoot down one of the aircraft. I tried to. I think I found a good pile of replays tonight. So the other 2 replays I didn't cast were also pretty good replays based on the surface of them. Tank, bike. Good progress up north. Disasters have full health, 34 fuel. Could get shot there under the fighter, but may just need to sack himself on the bomber and let the fighter finish it off. Disasters are surrounded. The veteran tank is about to going down. Judy does not have much here. And they could push forward, but decides just to resign there. The sand grade saying, "Big watch him," and on to the next replay.